So I had a minute, and it's been a while, and it just seemed like time for a little tour, just for the heck of it. The compost is cooking along. It was at 138 a couple days ago, and I turned it. It's down to 124, but that's good, whatever. I still have some grass clippings to add to it, and it needs to move from here to about here because I'm planning on cutting this tree down because I plan on a chicken coop in this area. So I don't know, this just needs to move so I can cut it down safely because my exit route needs to be like right through the compost pile. I don't want a tree to fall on my head. I just set up some this pumpkin and squash area. This is where I'm going to plant a pumpkin and have the vines just go across this pile of leaf mold. Same on the other side. I actually bought some giant pumpkin seeds, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think I'm going to have well, I still have to decide. I'm not sure which side I'm going to have the giant pumpkins on. Maybe I should actually have the giant pumpkins on that side, so that they're more visible, and then over the top here have the smaller pumpkins. I don't know, still thinking about it. But I also I actually planted some, I forget what it's called. It's like a weird circular kind of zucchini. I'm looking forward to trying it though, because zucchini are so cheap. I kind of think, what's the point of growing regular zucchini when I can buy them really cheap? I'll try this new variety and see if I like it. Mulberries are doing pretty well. I have another one in that cage right there. But I haven't really touched any of that stuff this year. Let's see, I've been working on weeding this miscanthus patch. Some of them have popped up. Well, this is a plant that gets to like 12 feet tall, and I'm going to use it along the road. I'm sick of hearing cars go by. It's one stage of the living wall. Done a decent job of weeding this, but still need to finish. This is supposedly Mexican tea, but I wasn't quite sure about the identification. I don't like to pull any weeds unless I know what they are. I took a lot of stuff out of here and transplanted it elsewhere. I can't remember what this is, but I think it's a good edible, and I'm gonna... Oh yeah, my app couldn't identify it, so I was waiting until it flowered maybe to move it. But yeah, and I want to get a better identification of this one. Seems like an interesting plant, and I hadn't noticed it elsewhere on the property, so I don't want to miss out on the opportunity to have a cool plant. I moved some, these are black goji plants here. These are ones that I started from seed last spring and then kept barely alive inside the house. And they seem to have survived. There is some music garlic and some other, just like a grocery store variety right here. The music stuff is doing well. I need to weed it better, but you know, I'm only one person. Let's see, I just did this over the past 2 days. I last week saw on Facebook Marketplace somebody giving away pine logs for free, and I thought I could make use of them. So yeah, this is it. In the winter, this slopes, let's see, downward kind of this way, just toward the big rock in the garden. So those logs are there to protect the garden from getting hit by a car, and just to identify the border, and for my son to be able to climb on, and well, frankly, I'll probably be climbing on it each time I come over here, because why not? But then I planted, that right there is sorrel. I also, in each spot, I stuck a couple of gold coin sunflower seeds. And then you can see the grass that I pulled up, I flipped over, and I'm using it to grow potatoes. These are a purple variety of potatoes that I just kind of bought on an impulse, thought I'd give them a try. And then there are also some red Norland potatoes on this row here and all the way over there. I still need to mulch this, but I'm in no hurry especially. But yeah, I just kind of flipped the grass over, put it here, stuck a potato in between, flipped some more grass over on top, and threw some of this spoiled hay on top of that to hopefully keep the grass out of this garden. This garden has just been kind of neglected, but even so, the strawberries and rhubarb and a bunch of things are doing well. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So yeah, that's that little garden. What am I at, 6 minutes? Let's see, I haven't really done anything here yet. I want this whole section to be just wildflowers, I think. There is a Dolgo crabapple, which is just barely starting to wake up. I think it's just barely alive, so I bet I need to do a better job of watering it this year. This was a end of fall sale tree for $10. That's a Honeycrisp apple. That is 2 shoots from a Fuji apple. I'm pretty sure it's below the graft line, so I don't really know what variety it is actually. I think that means that it's whatever the rootstock is, which is actually good, because I can let them grow and then graft something else onto them. I guess I've already covered this area. Yeah, I should really just focus on the stuff that I've been working on, because otherwise the scope in this video is too large. Over here, transplanted this little plant. It was over there, kind of like right there and right in the way. I think it's like a wild orchid or something. So that's cool. Oh yeah, one more thing over here. I'm super excited. My comfrey is finally about to flower. It's probably going to flower today while I'm gone, but that's okay. It's never, you can see a little of the blue. Or I can, I don't know. There we go. Or purple or whatever color it is. It's never gotten bigger than this before the deer have eaten it, so I'm really excited to, well, crossing my fingers, but hopeful that I'll get to see it flower soon. I'm pretty sure that it actually becomes less palatable to deer as it gets larger, but I don't know. Asparagus is doing well. We're going to eat it this week and then be done. Because it's on its 3rd year, and I know we can eat it a little more this year, but I care more about the long-term health of the plants than this year. Here's the annual garden. This whole section right here is going to be the main area where I plant annuals. I have peas in there, carrots in the middle. I noticed something, kind of a happy accident, that I planted the carrots directly beneath the post of this, or the crossbeam or whatever, and so they poop directly on where the carrots are, fertilizing them, which means that I shouldn't eat any of the carrot greens like I like to, but also means free fertilizer, so that's good. And then I just put some lettuce seeds in that front section yesterday or something, I don't know. I can't tell. This first row is doing okay. It's had some slug damage, and just the weather's been kind of weird, so things haven't popped up. I just put some new carrots in this section. I don't know, things like kale and spinach and turnips. Yeah, in various spots. These tomatoes I planted early. I think I'm going to have to cover them tonight. Just about like an hour ago, I had some of these straw bales lined up right here to help kill the grass, and it did that well over the winter. And so I put just a huge mix of things in here. I have borage kind of along the border. That seems like it'll be a good barrier for the grass. And I just decided to put all this material in a pile here, a little mini compost pile. We'll see. I might end up moving it over there or something. I don't know. But this spot is shady and not super useful. So yeah, I put like a shade mix in there, borage, nasturtium, however you say it, and a bunch of random flowers, sweet alyssum, zinnia, I don't remember what else. If you're interested, I can look back at my seed packets, but yeah. I just transplanted some asparagus seedlings over here. They were not doing very well in the pots, as you can maybe see. They're super spindly. I'm hoping they do a little bit better in this soil. This isn't necessarily where I'm going to keep them, though it's not a bad spot. It gets a lot of sun there. It can shade the, well, it doesn't really shade the house a lot, but it'll make a cool wall in front of the house. I don't know. I also threw some seeds of various greens mixed in there. These are the peppers that I kept alive all winter. There, I just fertilized them with some fish something fertilizer. I don't know what it's called. A few days ago, and they are coming back to life. Pleased about that. Is that everything? That might be everything. 12 minutes. That's plenty. And yeah, I planted some natives, added a few natives to this section, but most of them are in this section near the porch. Back there, I mean, it'll just make for a nice place to sit. And then I have comfrey along the front here. As you can see, I've started it and I'm spreading it along the edge. And then the next row behind that is herbs and stuff, like that's cilantro, dill, thyme, mint, rosemary, basil. I have still in pots over there. I planted a couple, but they all got slug damage, or the robins messed with them or something. And oh yeah, I've been taking some wood chips out of these gardens because I had them. I mean, you can see over here just how thick I laid them out, and that's great for building soil, but for planting in, it's kind of just doesn't seem to work as well. So I've been moving them from here to over there in that garden where I have a peach and Colorado blue spruce, and I moved some by the bird feeder here, and I moved some to a garden on the other side of the house. But there's plenty here. The robins still love it, and the soil's still really nice. And that's one other thing I've been doing. And maybe I'll just say one more thing. These various seeds I have, trying to get them to sprout. The critters haven't found them yet, thankfully, but like this is northern pecan, and I don't know, I have a bunch of different stuff in here. But yeah, I guess I said that was the last thing, so I'll stop there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.